the Coldwater community or north of Earl. But I think a lot of people, if you ever go through from northeast Arkansas down to Memphis, oh, we're on the wrong one. Let's go Max 1. Sorry, my bad. You know, you're used to Interstate 555 comes through here and then meets up with Interstate 55. That's where these two areas of rotation are going to cross by. This is where they meet up right there. So we're going to have some RDOT cameras that we're going to be able to check out here in a minute through here. This is, look, where is this one out? Tyronza southbound. Okay, so quite a light show going on. I've had people also ask, is Harrisburg good? You are good. You're fine. Just give people a little bit of peace of mind there. So you're good there. Let's continue to watch that. We're watching new scan coming in, really two areas of rotation that we're watching. This one, which is for this polygon, this one for this one. So we need Mark Tree, which we've said to be in your tornado safe spot. Twist community right now. Joyner and Turl, you're not officially in this, but we've got two areas of rotation that are going to cross over Interstate 555. Let me go to radar for just a second. Just I want to give some people peace of mind. Someone asked if they can go to sleep in Jonesboro. Let's let this storm pass on by. It's not going to be much longer. Heavy rain continues, Paragould and Jonesboro, and you've got some a lot of lightning with this. You got flash flood warnings, but you don't have a severe thunderstorm warning. But if you want to just kind of watch this one until it moves on out, let me show you the movement on it. That's about to rotate on through, and then that rain is going to ease back for a little bit. That'll be the heaviest rain before we just kind of get into this steadier rainfall tonight. A little worried that we got more heavy rain that's trying to almost move due north. But hey, we'll deal with that later on. Right now we got two areas of rotation that we're watching.
Yes, and we are still seeing, I'm looking at reflectivity right now. That's regular radar. That's where we look at rain. And you can still kind of see both of these hooks where you're seeing the brighter red colors kind of making this shape. So we're still working with some pretty strong storms right now. Going ahead and looking at the wind, we've got two different storms going in two different directions slightly and also at two different speeds. So this first one, I think it was going at 40 miles an hour. Does that sound right?
James, was that 40? Yeah, yeah, it was a little slower.
Yeah, this one was a little slower. It's at 40. So we'll go ahead and do a storm track on this first area of rotation, and then we will track out the second one as well. This one going at 40 miles an hour is also going to overlap. So we're going to give that message to a lot of the same people several times tonight. This warning officially expires at 2:45. At 2:20, time right now is 2:17. We are looking at the Boat Run community. Marked Tree at 2:23, Lepanto at 2:42, Dice at 2:48, and Etowah at 2:57. If this continues to hold together, but even if it doesn't, Etowah, you guys are in that other warning right now as well, so we'll go ahead and do a storm track on that one. This one's going a bit faster at 55 miles an hour, and I might actually need to zoom out, so we'll ignore that storm track really fast, zoom out just a little bit so I can catch a little bit more downstream. Looking at this storm, the south side of the storm that's in Crittenden County right now, continuing to move to the northeast at 55 miles an hour. Tyronza at 2:27. Lepanto once again, but now at 2:36. Etowah at 2:47. Floodway at 2:51. And Big Lake at 2:57. This warning will expire at 3 o'clock this morning. It is something that we're watching. We've got two areas of rotation right now. If you are in the very, very northeastern corner of Cross County and the northwestern corner of Crittenden County, if you are in Mississippi County or in the very eastern half of Poinsett County, you want to be in your safe space right now. Don't go outside, try to see this thing. There's a lot of lightning with these storms. It's dark, there's a lot of rain. You're simply not going to be able to see this tornado if there is one. You're not going to be able to see the rotation, so don't try. Just go inside of your safe space. Make sure you have your shoes on, put your helmet on if you have one, cover up your head in some way. The lowest level, the most interior room, a basement if you have one, that's the best. But I know we don't all have basements, so do what you can right now to take shelter. And this is the middle of the night. A lot of people are sleeping. If you've got family or friends, loved ones in this area, and you think that they might be sleeping through this because they think this is just a regular thunderstorm, wake them up. One of this areas of circulation has the history of producing a tornado. It's moving into an environment that's pretty favorable for tornadoes, so we're not trusting either of these areas of circulation right now. They are still rotating, albeit not super noticeable, but we are still seeing that area rotation. We want to take it seriously right now.
It's pretty wild. We just saw, I felt like we just saw the lightning in here.
Oh
and
my.
That's what
we
it
have
felt like.
no windows, which
Yeah.
was really, really odd.
So we do have those
right.
areas of rotation, but also just a very strong wind about to move through Parkin and also Earl as well. Some straight line wind, at least 60 to 65 miles an hour.
So this is the Mark Tree camera looking southbound. Where is that in comparison? So that's looking at the two, by the way, the two rotations are now in one of the polygons. These are going to be going very close to where this camera is. We'll go back to this in a minute, but you can see that camera sits.
Hey, Ryan?
Yes?
I'm looking at debris right now, and I think we should look at that north side. I'm not sure if it's lining
yeah.
up, but, well, it might not be lining up.
Let me, so we're talking about this area. Let's go back to Max. There we go. So you're talking about this area right here. Let's zoom in on it. It does look suspicious. Let's see here.
They're not
Might
saying
just be-
anything about it. That might be noise.
We'll just keep an eye on it.
But,
Hold on just a second. I want to look at this to see if I think it is.
it's moving in an odd direction if it is. But that fast wind to the south might be
Boy,
pushing
look at
it.
that wind.
Some
Yeah.
very strong wind.
It is very strong wind. Right through here is just incredibly strong wind coming in just to the east of Coldwater. So even if we don't have a tornado there, Mark Tree and Ty Rons are about to see some wicked, wicked wind. I want us to talk about something else and really kind of get Christina up to speed also, who's joining us back this morning. We have an ongoing flooding emergency taking place right now in this area. I've already seen some wild video going on from Sturkey down to Salem. I just checked once again the latest numbers on the Spring River, and the Spring River has gone up another 1.5 feet since we talked with you. So
Wow.
here it is now over 17 feet. The forecast crest was 23. If you notice, this is starting to overachieve the forecast. So I'm thinking we may, especially since it's still raining there, we may overachieve over 23 feet. At 17 feet, we are finding ourselves not only in the major flood range, we are finding ourselves in what they call from the flood impacts. In fact, if we could scroll down a little bit, not sure if they can read on this, or scroll down, there we go. They give you these flood impacts based on what has happened in the past. Now keep in mind, we're anticipating 23 feet later today. That is equivalent to the flood of March of 2008. It went to 22.2 there. Water was over 63 on the east side of town. Lower lying businesses in Old Town and City Hall were flooded, and water was over Spring Street at the bridge. The railroad was underwater. We're at 18 right now. 18 life-threatening situations. Home and businesses along the river and tributaries will be flooded. We are probably at this rate, we're at 17.7. Is that correct?
Yeah, and to put that into perspective, we had our first tornado warning issued around 1 o'clock, and it was at, what, like 10, 12 feet? So it's went up. Or was
It
that
might have been
before
in the
midnight?
14th. It was it was before midnight.
Yeah.
It's definitely going up about 2 feet to maybe 3 feet per hour.
Wow. And I'm still watching this. We have 2 tornado warned storms right now. They're
Yeah.
getting very close to each other. I'm still keeping an eye on that on Max 2. Also communicating with the National Weather Service in Memphis just to kind of help us out with what we're seeing. But there's a couple of areas of rotation that we're watching, and I wanted to put a circle around one of them just to kind of get an idea a little bit more. Oh, that's not a circle. Let's try this again. Trying to get a little bit of a better idea of what we're looking at right now, because there are a lot of little kinks in this area that are a little concerning. We switch over and look at debris. It's
Yeah, not really sure what's going on there, but I mean,
I don't.
at the very least, we have some really, really strong
Yes.
wind that's there.
It's not really following the motion that I would think that it would. So I feel like we don't have a confirmed one. The National Weather Service is typing right now, so maybe we'll get an answer soon. They're actually going to cancel the easternmost of our 2 overlapping warnings.
Man, that is some strong wind.
Let's go back to the Mark Tree.
South
me, Mark
of
Tree.
Mark Tree.
South of Mark Tree camera, because we're about to see the wind is really about to start picking up on this pretty hard. We've got cars here, and we really might have a tornado pass through here in just a second. All right, let's go to Tyronza camera for a second also. Looks like power went out there. Yeah, power definitely went out.
You can see the wind
sweeping across through here.
And so it looks like the
So there was
greatest
grain bins
wind.
that sit back here that were lit up, and they have lost power now.
Wow.
Let's go back to the Mark Tree camera, because I think we're going to see the wind increase quite a bit here in just a minute there.
Yeah, there's a pocket of wind right now. Radar is estimating that it is, well, if I can get it, it's trying to pull up the tornado warning instead of the wind
It's like about
speed.
65 to 70 miles an hour.
That is fast.
No, it's still a few minutes from crossing. Well, maybe not a few minutes, a few seconds. It'll be here in the next 30 seconds or so. We're going to really see some strong wind come through here. You still see they have power back here in Mark Tree. Is this going to be the baseball fields right here? Is that what that is? You're kind of familiar with that?
It is.
Okay.
Getting word from the National Weather Service, they're thinking that what we're seeing may be debris that was lofted from earlier.
Yeah.
So it also could, and they also said that they're having some issues with some other technical things, and it may be a data quality issue.
Yeah.
So.
Regardless, there's some really strong wind there, and we're seeing that from our camera. It's good to have eyes on the storm.
If you're traveling on
Yeah.
I-555 in Poinsett County, moving into
Stop,
Crittenden
that'd
County,
be best.
stop. You don't need to be on the road right now. If you know any truckers that are out, especially, it doesn't take a lot of wind to cause them some issues, and we're seeing some very fast wind, if not tornadic wind right now. So it is just, if you know anybody that could be near March Tree, Tyronza, traveling, or maybe asleep on near I-555, you want to wake them up. We're still tracking this tornado warning. They canceled one of them, the easternmost one, and we're just seeing the one right now, but there's still kind of 2 areas of rotation here. This storm was the one that was moving just a little bit slower, going at 40 miles an hour. I want to go ahead and draw kind of a broad track on this to kind of catch some of those little kinks in the line and move it to the northeast at 40 to call out a couple more town names. Time right now, it is 2:28. Mark Tree, it is right there right now. The Fry's Mill, that's at 2:34. Lepanto, 2:39. Rivervale at 2:48. Dice, 2:45. We're also watching Etowah at 2:53. Kaiser at 2:58. And Eastview at 2:59.
Okay.
And radar's picking up on wind south of Mark Tree between 75 and almost 80 miles an hour, but that is still probably at least 1,000 or so feet up in the atmosphere. So translating to the ground, that's probably about 60, 65 miles an hour. Still some very strong wind just south of Mark Tree, about to cross I-555.
Power outages in Earl and Parkin. Okay. Let me see the map then. Oh yeah, we do have a lot of power outages down there.
Wow. This is definitely a strong storm. Whether it's tornadic or not, it is very windy. You want to be inside. Don't try to go outside to see if you can see anything. One, there's a lot of lightning, so that's unsafe on its own. Even if this was a regular thunderstorm, you don't need to be outside for it. There's a lot of wind. That's not good. It's dark. There's a lot of rain. You can't see anything if you even wanted to try to. So it's time to get into your safe space. If you have not already done so, we've been tracking this storm for quite some time now, and it is still showing signs of some rotation, albeit broad. But even if we weren't seeing that rotation, just very dangerous wind in the storm right now. So much so that they've extended this severe thunderstorm warning for the wind into other parts of Mississippi County and even into Tennessee.
All right, so we got the tornado threat down the south. We're watching Mark Tree. We're watching Tyrons, and we have the flooding threat continuing along the Sharp County, Fulton County line, along the Spring River. Life-threatening situation taking place right now along the Spring River. There's a new radar scan, and it continues to rain. We continue with the tornado warning down to the south and a severe thunderstorm warning that continues. We have damage in wind. We have Highway 284 that I believe is blocked right now. We have some home damage. I'm trying to get in touch with it, and I know that she is going to be completely covered up right now, but I'm trying to get in touch with Mayor Jennifer Hobbs to get a quick 30-second update to either correct some of the reports I'm getting, or to kind of give us a little peace of mind on what has happened in wind. But it does look like we probably had a tornado that touched down just south of wind and then kind of went from the south to the eastern parts of wind. It looks like it went really close to the Country Club. I'm trying to figure out what happened there, and also down in Fitzgerald's Crossing. So I just sent the mayor a message, gave her my phone number, so maybe we can get an update here. But like I said, I'm sure they're covered up right now with all kinds of things. Tornado warning continues. Eastern parts of Poinsett County, very, very strong wind continues right now. It looks like that has crossed over Interstate 555, or it is right now. In fact, what does the camera look like on probably either one of them? Probably Mark Tree looking south, because that's going to be, that was the Tyronza. This is, it looks like there'd be wind there, but it's not. It's calm.
That's wild.
We'll wait and see, but there's on radar literally about half mile this way, radar is showing some really strong gusty winds coming in.
Yeah, also like even that Tyronza camera that we saw for just a second, it looked like it was pretty windy and rainy there too. So
yeah, if we could, let's go to the Tyronza camera. Maybe it's starting to pick up on, they definitely have some stronger wind just down Interstate 555 there. Once again, this is a storm that does have a history of putting down a tornado in the wind area. And now it continues to move to the northeast. All right, back to radar for a second. Here's Mark Tree. We need you in your tornado safe spot, as well as Tyronza. Really strong wind, if not the possibility of a tornado is coming in. Here's Lepanto. You're kind of next, as well as Dias. They widen out just a bit. There's not a tight couplet like there was just a bit ago. Hey, do y'all see that?
Yeah, I don't.
It's matching up with the. I don't. Go ahead with that camera then. There's the wind.
There we go.
So now that's coming in. You can see the wind just blowing the rain through here. Did we just lose power on that?
I feel like it's a little darker.
Yeah, I do too. I think they just now lost power.
If
there's anything there, we're looking at it. It's dark. If there's a tornado there, is that lightning or was that some sort of transformer?
I couldn't tell. It was pretty blurry.
All right, the camera's moving, guys. And we've lost power to everything except whatever this is. But we have lost power here. This is looking at Mark Tree. The baseball fields were right here. Radar was showing that if there's any tornado there, it's literally right here. Of course, we can't see anything. This is south of Mark Tree, looking on the southbound lanes of Interstate 555. I'm going to hold with this just a bit because radar is good. Having eyes on the storm is a whole other thing. If this is just wind alone, it's dangerous. So if it doesn't matter if it's 80 mile per hour straight line wind or if it's 80 mile per hour spinning wind, it doesn't matter. It causes problems, as we're just now seeing here.
I will note while we're watching this, they did cancel the tornado warning, so we're looking at a severe thunderstorm warning now. But
All right, hold on one second. I believe, let me see. Hello, who is this?
Hey Ryan, it's Jennifer Hobbs.
Hey, okay, this is Mayor Hobbs down in Wynn. I just wanted to confirm what we saw on radar didn't look good. Do you have any information?
All the reports are still coming in. They are assessing damage. The city of Wynn primarily seems to be okay, but the perimeter from Fitzgerald Crossing south of Wynn, kind of across out around Village Creek, out by the country club, we're reporting damage. Trees across Highway 64.
Okay.
So all the reports are coming in faster than I can keep up with them right now, but there is some damage.
Okay. I appreciate that, Mayor, and I appreciate you
Primarily in
taking
the county.
I appreciate you taking time to call me and give us an update because I know you're busy. All right, appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, once again, that was Mayor Hobbs down in Wynn. She just did confirm that we have damage on the outskirts of Wynn. So Fitzgerald Crossing, let's go back to the radar and I'll show you kind of where we were seeing the debris. Looks like things have calmed down there at Mark Tree just a bit. But what that's going to do, that's going to continue moving up toward Lepanto. And we're starting to get some free air through here. So we're going to have to watch, see if this thing starts tightening up just a bit. I want to go back just a second. For those of you that are just joining us, Mayor Hobbs just did confirm that we have damage, and just judging off of radar, I'm going to go ahead and say that it was a tornado that formed probably right here at Fitzgerald's Crossing. I'll zoom in and show you where it is. For those that are just now joining us, take you down into the city of Wynn. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put debris back on here, and that will give us a good idea of where this was. And I will just back up. Jason, I might get you to drive this on. We may have to go back even farther. Was it far more than?
yeah, this was about 40 minutes ago, 45 minutes
There it
ago.
is.
There it is. So there's when we first got the debris signature. I think we're probably going to have some damage somewhere through here. Because what happens is damage happens, and then we start seeing the debris. So probably somewhere south of Wynn around Fitzgerald's Crossing. And then let's kind of step through this. And then it went up here where Highway 64 crosses and then connects with, I guess that would be Business 64, and then crosses with, let's pan up just a little bit more. There we go. So that crosses, so this is 64, this is Business 64, and then continued on right by Village Creek State Park and also the Country Club. And so Mayor Hobbs did confirm that also. So we'll know more when daylight comes, and obviously there it is there also as it continued moving on. So confirmed tornado, it looks like, in Wynn. So the National Weather Service will be surveying that and then giving us an update. All right, let's go back to the home view here. Go back to radar. They have now dropped the tornado warning for that storm, but as you saw, we still have some really strong gusty winds with this. I still, even though they dropped the warning, we will watch this little area right through here. And I would, if I was you in Mississippi County, I would probably, kind of stay in shelter still. If it's not too much trouble, especially this area through here, Lepanto over to Marie. Osceola is going to catch some gusty winds from this also. Excuse me. But we saw the video just a little bit ago. These were some strong winds coming through.
And that area of broad rotation still holding right there as well when you switch over and look at the wind of the storm. Not necessarily strengthening by any means, but there's still something going on there. You can kind of see where the reds are going away from the radar and the greens are going toward the radar. It's pretty broad, but again, even if this wasn't anything rotating, this is still from some very gusty wind. It's been causing power outages in this area early this morning, and this storm system has a history of producing a tornado as well. And if you go ahead and like loop through it, you can kind of see that it's really not quite trying to strengthen, but we're not going to let our guard down just yet this morning. Also still, excuse me, watching just some very gusty wind in general with this storm. And also I went and I watched the debris that I thought that we might have been seeing. If you zoom out just a little bit, I think we kind of get our question answered. So if we play this, you can watch that debris and the whole thing looks like it's twisting. If you have a tornado debris signature, you wouldn't really notice that rotation. So I do think what we're seeing is just the storm, that broad rotation, and then some debris from earlier just still being lofted up in that storm, because it's a very strong storm. We have a lot of energy here. There's a lot of spin in the atmosphere here. So it has the potential to keep that debris up in the air for quite some time. And also those really gusty winds aren't helping out either. So.
Yeah, let's go to that if we can. Sorry, they're talking to my ear and just telling us that Spring River is now up to 19.3. Is that 2 feet in 30 minutes?
That is. That's 2 feet in 15 minutes.
So we made 19.3 feet. Let's scroll down again what we did a while ago and look at what 19 feet was in the past. A lot of times, the best way to see what the damage is look at the past. And you can see at 18 feet, so 1.5 feet lower, life-threatening situation, homes and businesses along the river and tributaries will be flooded. We're just shy of the flood of 2011, which rose to 20.7 feet. 20.7 feet. Portions of Old Town are flooded, Spring Street flooded, and water is under most elevated homes. The water is rising faster than the forecast is saying. The forecast will be updated by 7 or 8 o'clock, but I'll be honest with you, we're going to be pretty close to what the forecast is by that time. So the hydrologists at the National Weather Service will be updating this here shortly. But if you notice, 22 was the flood of 2008. That's when it went to 22.29 feet. We're forecasting this to go 23. Water will go over US Highway 63 on the east side of town. Lower lying businesses in Old Town and City Hall will be flooded, and water will be over Spring Street at the bridge. Water will also be over the railroad. The railroad has been preparing for the past few days because we've known about this for this to happen. And if we can scroll back up, and I wanted to point out how it does look like we're not matching the arch of the forecast. And what I mean by that is you can tell that this is on a trajectory to go higher than 23 feet. If we were on the same trajectory, we'd be sitting right about here right now. So this is going faster than anticipated, and it's still raining. If you go back to radar right now, it is still raining there. Let me widen out, and you can see, we'll continue to watch that severe storm, but you can still see rain is continuing. And if you notice also, looking back to the west, we have more severe thunderstorms building up back here. So we've got more rain that's going to be with us as we go through our Saturday also. Just an absolute mess.
And we're starting to get some more updates on this storm that's moving into Crittenden County right now. And there are some reports of damage, like you said, near the Country Club in Wynn, as well as JB's Steakhouse on 64 and the 64B area. We're getting reports of that, and also continuing to just watch this area that has some very fast wind. It's broadly rotating, but still, very fast wind. We want to be in our safe space right now. Still, if we are in Lepanto, in Dice, in Kaiser, in Marie, in Osceola, in Etowah, in Luxora, and Burdett, it is time for you to be in your safe space if you have not already done so. This isn't a tornado warning. It has the history of producing a tornado. And the wind is just extremely fast in this storm. You definitely want to be inside in an interior room right now.
So, did you read on there also that debris signature, they do think that there was a touchdown east of Tyronza?
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
And also getting, you may have just now said this, but more reports that damage was to the country club at Wynn and JB's Steakhouse.
Right. Yes.
Sorry, I was reading it.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. So we do not have any tornado warnings right now. This storm still has some gusty wind with it. In fact, typically we go back to regular programming. I think I'm gonna hang with y'all just a little bit for our friends in Osceola. This is still some really strong wind that's going to be coming through here. So the areas that are in the path of this is going to be Marie, Interstate 55, Dias, and then also Kaiser is right here also, and then Osceola. So we'll probably stay with this just a little bit longer to make sure that you guys know that really strong gusty winds are coming in also.
Yeah, this storm, we still don't trust it. It's a very strong storm, especially on this northern side. The southern side of this storm, you might be in northern Crittenden County and seeing that warning right now. The fastest winds for you guys crossing over the Mississippi River right now. So what we're really focusing on is this broad rotation moving into southern Mississippi County right now, because not only is it broad rotation, it's also just extremely fast wind heading toward Osceola. I want to go ahead and get the speed of this and then try to do a little bit of a storm track on it so we can kind of give Osceola a heads up of when these really fast winds, probably 60-mile-an-hour winds or greater, moving toward them. Right now this storm is moving northeast at 50 miles an hour, so we'll go ahead and head over to the map and draw a bit of a line on this. I'm going to go ahead of this little pink dot here because that's some really fast wind as well, and continuing to move this at 50 miles an hour to the northeast. Some of this is going to go into Tennessee, but looking at Bassett at 2:48. The time on your screen right now is 2:46. So you got a couple of minutes. Kaiser at 2:53. Carson Lake at 2:56. Osceola at 3:02. Luxora at 3:06. And Rosa at 3:11. But we're going to be watching this. This is not a tornado. This right now looks to be some broad rotation. Some people are watching this storm in Memphis right now. We're watching this storm, keeping our eyes on it. There's still areas of broad rotation. There are a couple of little kinks in this line, but for now what we're talking about is just some very gusty wind. But this storm has a history of producing a tornado. So we don't trust this storm. It's still a strong storm. It's still moving into an environment that can help it strengthen. So we're keeping our eyes on this very closely. Typically, we go back to regular programming whenever we have a severe thunderstorm warning, but this storm is still very strong, producing some really fast wind. That newest scan looks like the broad rotation is starting to broaden a little bit, but still very fast wind approaching Kaiser and Etowah right now. We're still watching. I think some maybe more reports coming in as well. There are a couple of deputies reporting that there are power poles down on Jet Lane in southeastern Poinsett County. Not 100% sure where Jet Lane is, if that's associated with Marked Tree or Tyronza, but
okay. So strong gusty winds continue there to the southwest of Marie. It does look like they may have just updated the severe thunderstorm warning, and they added a flood warning.
I think what I'm seeing right now is the flood warning.
Yeah.
Let's see if they haven't said anything in the.
They updated they issued a flood warning, I guess.
Yeah. I don't see anything new on the severe thunderstorm at this time. That could change though. Still a very, very strong storm, very fast wind moving into Osceola. And again, this storm has a history of producing a tornado, so we're not going to trust it. We're not going to let our guard down. You still want to be inside an interior room, which is the advice for a severe thunderstorm warning too, not just a tornado warning. So you don't want to be outside in this. The winds are very fast. There's a lot of lightning with this, and the old saying goes, when thunder roars, go indoors. It's a tried and true for a reason. Lightning's dangerous on its own, but we've got some very gusty wind that may or may not have caused some power outages. We don't know if that was wind damage or tornado damage, but we saw it on the camera. Some power outages. We're getting reports of power outages. So something we're going to have to watch closely over the next 15-20 minutes as it approaches Osceola and Luxora. Once it crosses over the Mississippi River, that goes to our sister station at WMC, but we're going to keep an eye on this storm. Meanwhile, still getting new scans in, still seeing a couple of kinks in the line, but again, not very tight rotation, probably just seeing some very gusty wind right now.
You know, we just hit 20 feet on Spring River.
So that's 3 feet.
Yep.
Correct?
Yep. All right, so strongest winds crossing over the river here shortly. We're going to continue to watch the flooding situation. In fact, make some phone calls in this area. Also, pretty much all of Region 8 now is under a flood warning. We've been saying, I think, for probably a week now, this would be historical flooding, and that is starting to unfold now. So here shortly, I'm going to look at the wind. Still watching the strong wind coming through Mississippi County. Osceola, you're going to see the wind pick up pretty soon. It's going to cross over Highway 61. It doesn't look as strong as it was just a little bit ago. If that changes, we'll break back in, but I think we're about to go back to regular programming because we also need to start checking on the flooding situation as well. So stay up to date on the flooding situation. We will give updates tomorrow. We've got a crew heading to Sharp County tomorrow, and really all over Region 8, and we will update you with road closures with the water going up. But what's unfolding right now on the Spring River is going to be, as we've been saying, historical. It is already up to 20 feet, which is at a catastrophic level there in Hardy. So we're going to go back to regular programming. We'll keep you updated throughout our Saturday.